My name is Evan from Into It, Over It, There, and Pet Symmetry. And today I'm talking about my favorite record of all time, which is Sunny Day Real Estate's How It Feels to Be Something On. When I was in the 7th grade, so maybe that's 13 years old, I went on a trip down to the beach. It was like maybe an hour from where I grew up. And while I was there, popped into a record store. It was called Tunes on the Dunes, and it was this small little record shop on the beach in New Jersey where I grew up. And a record was playing on the stereo inside the record store of something that I never heard before, but immediately needed to know what it was. And so I went up to the counter and I asked them what the band was, and they wrote it down for me. And the band was Sunny Day Real Estate. And at the time, I didn't have any money to afford to buy the record while we were there. But I took the piece of paper home. I cherished it with my life for the whole vacation. Brought it back home with me to my parents' house, and then requested that my dad take me to the local record store we had near my house. This was the only record of Sunny Day Real Estate's that the record store had, and I went in there determined to just buy everything, but bought this record, and How It Feels was really a pivotal, life-changing moment. Having heard this record and become familiar with that band was when I decided that I would become, or when I discovered, what maybe emo music was, or this type of sound, this specific style that really had such an immense and huge influence on me, and that carried through my entire teens into my 20s, and I still carry it with me to this day. And this record was single-handedly responsible. I love it. I think it's incredible, and it's easily my favorite of theirs. It's the songwriting is super smart, the playing is super great, the tones are awesome. There's not one track that I think is skippable. It's just an incredible, flawless record. I love every record that Sunny Day Real Estate has done. I could definitely rank them, in the order of how much I like each one. But I think I like this one the most because of the sound quality is really great. I think the songwriting is better. I think the actual songs are more cohesive. They're smarter. They're organized beautifully, arranged beautifully. I think the playing is really good on the entire record. I think all the bass parts, all the guitar parts are really strong. And Jeremy's voice has never sounded better, in my opinion, than it does on this record. Definitely the best one, in my opinion. There's a song... Well, the song "How It Feels to Be Something On" is my favorite song on the record, but there's a moment in the song "100 Million." It's like the whole outro, and they do it twice in the song. And when they do it the first time in the song, it's very pretty and clean guitars, very gentle drumming. And then at the end, they do the same part again, but it's devastatingly loud and super awesome. And Jeremy, instead of singing falsetto, he's screaming. Oh, and it's great. I get goosebumps every time. It fucking rules. I saw the reunion. I think few bands have really done the reunion thing right. I've seen a few that are amazing, and theirs was amazing. Having seen them when they were actually a band, an active band, and then seeing them in the reunion, it was like they never missed a beat. It was exactly the same. It was awesome. And then the song from the Split, they were also on that reunion tour. We're playing a new song, and it was a great new song. Everyone was super jazzed on this stuff. I was like, whoa, this new song is awesome. And then they put that Split out, and the Split song isn't the song they were playing on the tour. So I want to know what happened to these songs. I want to hear that song. But I thought the Split was great. I think the song on the Split was excellent. So I'd be psyched if they started writing music again. I think they're my favorite band of all time. I want to hear more songs. Well, so I live in an apartment in Chicago that is it's 2-bedroom with 2 living rooms, and or like a dining room and a living room and a kitchen. To put it in perspective, I have a record player in every room of the house. So depending which room you're in, I've specifically set up different systems to suit that room. And it's a pretty expansive collection. It's my retirement plan for when this whole music thing doesn't work out. I could just maybe sell it and live off of that. But it's really broad. I listen to a lot of different music, and so it's a very broad collection. A lot of jazz, a lot of hip hop, a lot of rock, a lot of 80s and 90s, a lot of punk and fucking indie rock, and ambient, shoegaze. Like I really listen to so much music that, and I think that, I would like to think that carries over into why like all of my bands sound different and why I'm able to do a lot of different things, and I think it's important to be well-rounded with that kind of thing. But yeah, my listening behavior, I mean, we watch TV at home, but we don't watch a lot. It's a lot of sitting around listening to music, when you wake up, when you go to bed, middle of the day, and each room kind of has its own vibe. Like I'll listen to more like heavy music in one room, or more like relaxed stuff in the bedroom, or more, maybe like upbeat jazz in the kitchen, when you're making food or something. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a total nerd about it, I guess. That's the thing. Don't live like me.